What do you see on tape from Arizona?
You know, number one guy to stand out on their defense is Buda. But overall, you know, they try to keep a lot of things in front. Pretty good tacklers, and you know, overall they're doing a pretty good job.
It's good to look about the same as he has in the past.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right, cool.
Deebo, you obviously started out running back last game. You saw Tyler kick returner, wide receiver. Are you enjoying the versatility and the multiple roles you get to do in this?
I asked this a million times, but
Yeah.
but for sure. Anyways, to kind of get the ball in my hands, I'm pretty cool with it.
What do you think about how Jawan's coming out? I know you know he's always been who he is, but he's really kind of had a chance to show out this year.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of nothing new for me. You know, I always said whenever the opportunity presents itself, you want to go out there and make plays, and even doing that is just as consistent as anybody in the league right now.
Saw them mic'd up that Brock said I could have led you a little bit more on that deep pass. Could he have a tiny bit on that play?
Like what? I mean, if he said he could, he could have.
The temperature might be over 90, which would be a record here at Lake
From the south, man.
No problems.
Nah, no problem. We'll be all right.
Does training in the South help you get ready for that?
Well, I've been training in Arizona. You know, Arizona hot, real hot. So, but it's still hot. 90 degrees is still hot. But you know, it's football weather. You know, we dealt with it in camp, and you know, we're just gonna go out here and put on a show.
The last 2 days of practice, probably the hottest, hotter than camp, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be hot.
How has JP Mason looked for you?
Kind of hard to explain JP because I mean he's doing like a lot of people say like he had big shoes to fill, but in his offense like you never know when it's your opportunity, and I feel like when it's his chance that he's filled those shoes is just as best as anybody I've seen with things the way he makes tackles, the decision he makes when he got the ball, and overall he's just playing ball right now.
How do you feel like the offensive line is doing?
They're doing pretty good.
You got a rookie up there. Do you
They're pretty
notice?
good. Nah, Pooney is, you know, I seen him early on preseason. But like I just said, you don't even know he's a rookie the way he's playing right now.
A month in, you know, definitely deserves it.
What is it about his game that you admire most?
Just his work ethic. I think he comes in, you know, he's the same person every day, and you know, for a young guy like me to come in and be in year two, just to see him, you know, be who he is and not change anything that he does and the successes that he has is just amazing, and you know that's what we try to reach every day.
These next couple of games, I mean, divisional games, and I know, I mean, Fred wants to play. I mean, that remains to be seen. But in that linebacker meeting, you could be wearing the green dot.
No, not the green dot, but definitely playing for sure. You know, definitely excited for this weekend. Ready to show up for my opportunity and go out there and give it all I got.
It's the challenge of facing Kyler Murray, and is that something that every young linebacker wants to take on and spy him or go after him?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a good team, good quarterback. Definitely, you know, faster. So I'm definitely looking forward for the challenge.
You've been kind of dealing with a few injuries throughout the season. Fred Warner came in saying that you were the most impressive linebacker all, you know, preseason. So how exciting is it to kind of get out there this weekend?
Yeah, you know, it's just finally good to be back, you know, almost fully healthy. So, like I said, I'm just going out there to do my job and, you know, put my best foot forward and, you know, put, you know, the best thing on tape for this team.
Speaking of on tape, back to Kyler Murray. Is it really like chasing a squirrel?
Just about. You know, he has the quickness, the speed. You know, he can do it all. You know, and you know, create separation for the receivers with all the running that he does. So he does a good job back there.
Well, for starters, how are you feeling, the ribs?
I feel great today. Howdy.
Another week, another challenge.
Yes, sir.
Arizona Cardinals, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts? Well, you know what? I think as a team, they've really, like, I'm a huge fan of their head coach and, like, the system he built last year. And you could tell by the end of the year, they all kind of bought into his system and the way that they were playing. And they were significantly better at the end of the year than they were at the start. So, like, they've taken steps to being a good team. And then this year, like, they beat the crap out of the Rams early on. And then they go and they had a tough one last week against the Commanders. But, like, they're a good team who has very talented players. Like, Kyler Murray is incredible. Just the way he plays quarterback, the way that you have to, you know, really keep him in the pocket, don't let him use his legs, but he also can throw the ball 60 yards on a line. He's a very talented player, and so their offense has a bunch of problems. James Conner's a really good running back. They have Marvin Harrison Jr., so like they have a really good offense. And then their defense is super confusing. Budda Baker's still, in my opinion, like one of the best safeties in the NFL by far. And it's the way they use like their 3 safeties, and it looks like they're playing cover 5, but then they rotate guys, they blitz guys, they make it very confusing. It's hard to target. So they're a tough team to play against, and it's a division rival too. So we've seen each other a bunch. It's going to be a good challenge for us, but I like our game plan, and I think we have a good one coming for us.
Well, we're almost seeing before our very eyes, and you could speak to this as well as anybody, that ball that Brock Purdy threw the back of the end zone to you, perfect spot. You're the only guy who really had a chance to make that catch. But I thought the one where he rolled out to his left and threw back to his right, and it was kind of a low throw. It was to you, I believe, and he kind of picked it up. What are you seeing about his development? I mean, is it time that people can stop saying system quarterback and Mr. Irrelevant and all that kind of crap?
I saw a good one. I occasionally check Twitter. I saw a good one. It was like, Brock leads the league in air yards, but, we're 31st in yak, which is not really usual for the 49ers, so we obviously have to be better at yak, but he's obviously delivering when he needs to deliver. And it's really fun seeing him make all these plays with his legs, because that just gives us a whole different dimension of 49er football, because we run the ball really well, we throw the ball well, but when he's out there, scurrying around, it makes us a little bit more dangerous. So I'm all for that, and I love seeing that from him. Yeah.
What about him? What sort of things do you like? You have a long history.
Yeah, for sure.
Fun to go up against a guy year after year.
Is it fun? The competitive side of it, definitely fun. I'd rather not play him. He's like one of those guys. He's a very talented player. I think what really separates Budda is he can decipher a play very quickly, and then he never slows down. Like, he is, in the most complimentive way, the Energizer Bunny on a football field. And you see him play, he will sprint, change direction 3 different times, not slow down, and then tackle a ball carrier 3 yards in the backfield. And it's just really incredible, because you don't see a lot of people do that. And it's not like something that he does half the time. He doesn't take any plays off. He's 100%, 120% on every single play. And he's one of the few guys in the NFL to do it. And he also, you might think he's a small player, but he hits just as hard as anybody that I've seen. And I felt that, yeah. He hits pretty hard.
In this business where it's, take it one game at a time.
Why do you say it like that, Vern?
Well,
is that like coach talk?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
What's the challenge of immediately having to snap into another divisional game 4 days after Sunday?
It's one game at a time. I'm focused on the Arizona Cardinals right now, Vern.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill Belichick.
You're up. Ask the question another way. What's the focus? What's the challenge of focusing on this game, knowing you have another one 4 days away?
The biggest thing is just making sure your body is as good as it can be, because when we played on Sunday, you're playing 3 games in 12 days, and that's a lot of football. So what Coach Shanahan has always preached since I've been in the league, and it took me a while to understand that, was sleep's your most important thing. So hey guys, try not to stay up late playing NBA 2K. Please go to sleep at a good time, get your body maintenance in, get off your feet as much as possible, watch as much film as possible, and just be ready for this game, because as soon as the game's over, the way that next week's going to hit you with the information and everything, it's if you're not ready for it, you're going to fall so far behind, and it's just you're not going to be ready for it, and then that's how you don't play well on Thursday. So we're focused on this one, but just be ready to get going quickly next week.
When you watched the film of your touchdown catch,
yes,
what did you like best about it, other than obviously finishing the catch? But
what did I like best about it?
When you were watching it,
landing in bounds was my favorite. Yeah. That was probably because I knew.
Did you know how tight you were to it?
No, I did see it on the way down. I was like, I'm going to land in bounds on this, so that is really fun. So I was smiling on my way down and laughing, so that was pretty fun for me.
Did it almost happen in slow motion while it was going on?
It does, every time. It's always in slow motion. It's always a fun thing. But yes.
It's now being, the picture is on T-shirts at the NFL selling.
Is it? They didn't tell me that.
Yeah, you got a cut.
Hopefully. That'd be nice. Where were you at?
I was talking to Chris first.
Oh, my God. That's worth it.
He said to tell you hi.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ask him next time what God's play is.
God's play?
Yeah, on a football field.
I'll do that. Plus, we made this fact that you guys, yak-wise, aren't where you usually are. You're still obviously very productive and just in kind of a different way. Is there anything you put your finger on for why that is?
I think the teams that we've played currently so far are teams that are bend up, don't break, so they keep everything in front of them. And so it's hard to get past them all the time. So you have to do a lot of short things in front. I think teams are doing a really good job they're very aware of our team and the threats that we have. And I think they're just doing a really good job about playing really tight and not, getting 2-3 guys on every ball carrier. But there's plays out there that we've had an opportunity to make yak on. I think our guys, Deebo, Ayuk, myself, Mason, Juice, like we do a good job of breaking tackles, and maybe we haven't broken as many tackles that we should. So I mean, I don't think it's all on our team, but like we have individual guys that can play a little bit better, and I think we're going to continue to play better. But I think it'll open up, and I think we'll just keep getting into football shape and like that football conditioning, and we'll eventually get the yak back.
I think you guys have like double the amount of dropbacks with the other team rushing just 3 or even fewer. Is that part of what you're talking about? Like you're seeing more.
There's just a lot, yeah.
Up the middle of the field kind of stuff?
It's just like there's not a lot of true like one-on-ones. Like teams are dropping 7, 8, and then whenever you catch a football, there's 2 guys on you. So like there's an opportunity like you drop 7, you can fall forward for 5 yards, but there's not as much cover 1, cover 0 that are going against us. So like guys like catch a ball, break 1 tackle, and Deebo's going 75 yards to the house. But that'll come.
George, what did Buda Baker look like in the Washington game?
Say again?
What did Buda Baker look like to you in the Washington game?
Which come in. He went to Washington, so I was like, "You talking college ball right now?" Jeez Louise. I was like, I don't, no idea. They are in the Big Ten now, though, so I could place a friendly wager, I guess. Every time I see Buda play, like I'm a huge fan of his game. He never slows down. He hits everybody. I mean, the times that like the last couple times the Cardinals have beaten us, he goes for 15 to 20 tackles. And so the game plan is don't let Buda make every tackle and make the other team make the rest of the players beat us. Good. Thanks, guys.
Did you ever get to the bottom of the James Conner post-game beef with last year, I think it was?
Oh, yeah, nah.
Did you ever figure out what his issue was?
Man, I think it's just competitive nature at the end of the day. We go back and look at the film. We're competitive. We go against each other. It's my 3rd year going against. Last year was my 3rd year going against him. So I don't see the beef there. I think it was just something for us just to go at. But I'm not going in there with any harsh feelings. I'm just ready to play ball.
Do you expect a big dose of him in this game for them to lean on their running game a lot?
Oh, definitely. If you look at the games that they've been successful in, for the most part, they really run the ball really well. So they run heavy. They try to get to 30 to 40 attempts. And so our job is to limit those attempts. And if we can, that's our goal. So.
Performance.
Oh, it was amazing. Oh, that man Malik, he'd be flying around. Y'all see how he hit the lineman. We thought that was one of the coolest things in the world. Just his energy, the way he's been a sponge. He really absorbs a lot of knowledge, and so that's the really cool thing. And all the questions he asked and stuff. So really excited for him when he got his op. He went in there and just made the most of it.
I was going to ask you, what is he like in the room?
He's very. He understands everything. Pretty quiet, but if you get to know him really well, like that's the cool part. Like I've gotten to since he first came out here, that was one of the guys that I reached out to immediately. Like come to my house, come hang out, do whatever you gotta do. Like make sure he knows he's far away from home too. So I understand that as a young kid just coming into the league, like he understands what he does. But in the film room, he gets the job done. So but he's quiet. But if you get to know him, he's really funny.
So 2022 was your big breakout year, but talking about Malik as a rookie, what happened in 2021? What did the defense and the team do well to integrate you into the defense that year to set the table for you to be as good as you were in 2022?
Definitely was a lot of like the dime package. D'Amico put me in, and so it was funny because my rookie year I learned like 4 different positions. So it's like coming in, it's like that's where they said like they put a lot on my plate early on. For me to just learn, and if I can learn it and be successful with it, they understood when I go to my one safety spot, you should be pretty smart when it comes to those things. But that's where I really had to take my step at that young age, and it helped me really understand the defense. So going into my 2nd year, I understood like who's supposed to be in what gap, what's supposed to happen, where are the weakness parts of the defense and stuff like that. And so that was where I think they set me up right in 2021 for sure.
A lot of talk has been about Kyler Murray, but at some point you're going to run into James Conner. What kind of problem does he present?
Big bruiser, big back, can get downhill quick, very elusive. I think that's one thing he's been doing a lot this year really well. Once he gets to that 2nd level, he's making guys miss. And so definitely got to get him on the ground. I think it's going to be a hell of a game, a hell of a competitor. I'm just excited to play against him.
There's been a lot of attention on the defensive line this year. Part of it due to injury, part of it I know they didn't play a couple times up to their standards. Now they get 6 sacks last week. How does that help you guys in the secondary? I know you weren't playing last week, but when they're doing their job, how does that help you guys?
Definitely, for us, it's there's a timer out there, and so if they can get to the quarterback as quick as possible, if we can cover for just an extra second so they can get back and get home, that's what we want to do in the back end. But definitely up front, guys that are stepping up. Sam O came in big time last week, creating turnovers and stuff like that. that's stuff that we want and what we need, and at all 3 levels it counts. So just excited that we're playing good defense as a unit. For sure.
How did your body respond from the first game back, and just how you feel?
It felt good, honestly. It was actually, I surprised myself how many plays I played, because they told me to go out there, and I was on a rep, not really a rep count, but like whenever I felt like I needed to take off, I had to come out a couple times, but I played over 50 snaps, which caught me off guard, but I went out there and felt good. Yeah.
You address Kyler Murray and as a linebacker or a defensive back and get caught in that no man's land where you think he's going to run, you come up, and then all of a sudden he throws one over you. Yeah. But that kind of unique kind of challenge, what does he present to you personally?
Definitely, I think a lot of guys in the league, when you got the dual threat mentality, guys like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and stuff like that, you have to go into this game with the mindset that he has at any point he can run. And so you got to treat him like a receiver, a DB running, running back running. Sorry, but at the end of the day, he can throw it over your head too. I think his baseball arm and he'd be throwing that thing as far as he can. So we just got to get him down and create turnovers when we have an opportunity.
Anything else? All right, thanks.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.